Hi, this is Miss Cindy, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is a little wood jewelry box that I got from Michael's. I did this craft with the kids, I guess last year, a few years. I got a smaller box, and I let the girls decorate them. This was the first time they did it, and they had a good time. And all we did was painted it, and I think we put little diamond embellishments on it. Well, they have a birthday coming up, and I wanted to do something special. I wanted to get them a bigger jewelry box, and I wanted to do a craft for them because this one's a little bit bigger and it's deeper, and they have more stuff that they can put in it. But I'm going to try to do an acrylic pour on this wood jewelry box. Once again, there's not a lot of stuff you need to do this project. Like I said, I got this from, this one I got from Michael's, and it has the little latch. You need acrylic paint. I will prime it. And here's my tape to tape it off. I am going to tape the inside because I'm going to do an acrylic pour on this top lid. I'm going to try to do an acrylic pour. And with my gloves on and me tilting, I just want to make sure nothing gets any paint on it in here because I think I'm going to stain the rest of the box. So the box will be stained, but the top will be an acrylic pour. So you have your tape, you have scissors, and then just a piece of felt that you can go ahead and cut and put on the inside. Now, in order to do this, this top had to come off. And in the back here, you can see you have the two screws. So I'm using my little, this little screwdriver from my eye kit, my eyeglass kit, just to take off just the top two so that the whole lid will come off, and then I can tape them so they don't get messed up. So that is pretty much all you're going to need for this project. I've never done it this way before, but I'm going to attempt it now. This one here, I already removed the screws, and you see how my latches come down. So I can go ahead and just go ahead and put the paint runs down there, it's okay. And then if you open it up, there you go. So technically, pouring, this is all I'll be working with, and I'll go ahead and tape this off. So once I get the other lid off and taped, I'll come back and show you how I'm going to prepare it. And all I'm going to do is put a little bit of primer on it and then just go for it and do the tilt. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I always give them a craft for a special occasion. And then I just decorate it and put some embellishment on it and call it a day. I'll be back. Okay, I've taped it. This is how I taped it. And I only taped it this way because when you do a tilt, I want to be comfortable enough. I really want to control this tilt because I don't want it to go on the sides too much. So I want to be able to hold it really good. And if it gets to the ends, I could just take my glove and just wipe along the side. So I have primed it. I'm just going to use a light sanding, go over the top, wipe it off, and then I'm going to put my base on, my white base, mix my colors, and go ahead and tilt it. This is something the kids can do, too. This is real easy. My kids have done tilts on canvases, and they had a good time with it. So this is no different. It's just pulling the jewelry box apart and doing it, and then just being careful. Well, actually, I'm only being careful because I'm planning on staining it. But if you're just going to paint the whole thing, you don't have to go through all of the taping that I did. So I'll sand this down, wipe it off, and I will come back and start tilting. All right, we're going to go ahead and start tilting the first one. I went ahead and then mixed. Her favorite colors are teal and purple, so I went ahead and just mixed those layers. And I put a little bit of white in there because I didn't want it to be too dark. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of Flotro on here so that it moves. And my Floetrol has already been mixed. I use 1 part Floetrol, 1 part acrylic paint. The whole thing about this is that I really want to stain the sides, so I don't want it to drip down the sides too bad. However, this is wood, so if it does drip down the sides or get under the tape, I'll just sand it down before I go ahead and stain it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this on. Yeah, you can barely even see the white, but oh my goodness, these are her colors. And then the infamous tilting. I hate tilting. Okay, we almost have it covered. Okay, and I think yeah, that's white. That's really not, okay. So, there you go. Real quick tilt. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on this cup. And I'm going to just let it dry. And I'm going to go ahead and tilt the other one. She wants different colors. I know she likes red and yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and do red and yellow pour. And when they dry, I will come back. Here they both are drying. There's that one, and there's that one. And these have a lot of cells in them. And I like cells because I can make cells, but I think I know what happened for these two. And here's just another helpful hint. I have some plastic cups that when I'm mixing just paint, and when I'm finished, I don't throw them away. They're little cups, and I just wash them out real good and dry them. And these, I believe, because I had like 3 sitting over there, so I said, let me just use these cups instead of getting new ones. I went ahead and mixed the paint in there, and I believe there could have been just a drop of water in the bottom where it wasn't thoroughly dry. And just that drop of water will give you cells. But I like the cells, and they both came out pretty similar, so I'm happy with it. I know it's the colors that they like. And then I'm going to let these dry. And I haven't decided if I'm going to resin the top or if I'm just going to put a varnish clear coat on the top and then do my embellishment. I'm just not too sure yet. So once these dries, and another thing, if the water was in there, it'll probably take a little bit longer to dry. So once these dry, I will come back and stain the sides and then decide what I'm going to do with the top. Okay, so my boxes have been stained. There it goes. And the sides. So these are, at least the base is pretty much done. And I don't know if you can see, this is close up. Here are both of the lids. And right now they're kind of wet because I decided I was going to resin them. So we're going to see how this comes up. I've never resined the top of a jewelry box, but they're drying. They're also drying right now. So all that's left is I got to reassemble it. And then around here, I'm going to put some stain. So I'll put the stain on. I'll go ahead and reassemble the jewelry box. And then I'll go ahead and decorate it. Well, my boxes are almost finished. I went ahead and removed my tape. I stained the top lid. And then I went ahead and put 2 coats of polyurethane on it. And this is what it looks like. I'm pretty pleased with it. The inside, I went ahead and cut the bottom and just put some felt. I just used some Elmer's all-purpose glue to put the felt in. And it's all reassembled, and it's pretty much finished. I will point out, though, if you see right here, there's some light marks. These boxes, you know, they're not the best of wood, and they manufacture these, you know, 1,000 at a time. But if you're going to paint them, I always do a light primer, sand it down, and then go ahead and paint it. When you're using paint, there's no problem. But when you're using stain, these boxes are usually just glued at the seams. So when you stain it, the light part shows up. So what you can do with those, if you think, or you can just take a precaution ahead of time, is that you can sand it down, especially where the seams are, where it's glued together. Or you can take a little bit of acetone. Acetone works really good on wood on getting the glue marks off. These I didn't worry too much about, only because they're not that expensive. I don't know how long they're going to have them. But I just went ahead and just stained it because no one's going to see the inside, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to personalize these. I'm going to decorate them. I'm not going to put a whole lot on because I have my pour on the top, which I love, by the way. This came out so good. I'm just going to decorate them, and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, I finished decorating them. All I used was some gemstone stickers to give them a little bling on the outside. And they both like butterflies. So I tried to find butterflies that I could put on there that was as close to the top as far as colors as possible. Very basic, very easy. And then on the inside, before they use it as a jewelry box, these are teenagers, and you know, all teenagers like money. So what I did was I did 3 money roses in various denominations, so that when they can go ahead and pull those apart and put them in the bank or spend it or do whatever they want to do with it. And then when they're finished, it can be used as a jewelry box. So that I did just as a little surprise for them. Like I said, this is a pretty basic craft. It's easy for any age. The only difference that I did this time, and that's only because this is me, I always have a challenge or make something harder. I wanted to see if I could do an acrylic pour on the top. And I was very pleased that this was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. As long as you're careful, the pour stays on the top, and you can do any design, any color, do whatever you want to do. So it can be done. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.